Students, from today onwards I have decided to make a video series for you. uh, as you know that the world is coping with the problem, and in this situation it is not possible to go out. That's why we have decided to make a video series by sitting at home. It will definitely help you. As you know that students, in a first semester we have selected 4 chapters, and out of that 4 chapters, okay, in a first video I will try to cover at least the two important topic of the first chapter. In a first semester we have decided 4 chapters: the earth as a unique planet, number second, geographical grid, latitude and longitude, number 3, chapter number 3 is related to revolution and rotation of the earth, and fourth chapter is all about the structure of the earth. So we will try to cover different chapters which is given for the first semester in a different video lectures. So as you know that student, it is not possible to cover the whole chapter within a single video. That's why I have decided to cover it in a 3 and 4 videos. So in the first videos we are going to discuss a very important topic of the chapter first of ninth class. Students, first of all we'll cover the point, the shape of the earth. Later we'll discuss about the earth as a unique planet. Why earth is called as unique planet? As you know that it's our mother planet, where all the condition for the survival of human being is exist. So we'll discuss this later. Move on to the first topic, shape of the earth. As you know that students, in ancient time people feared about the shape of the earth. They believed that the shape of the earth is flat. That's why they were afraid of sailing to the far off distances. They had doubt that if they visit the edges of the earth, they may fall in the bottomless oceans. But later the belief of the ancient people was clear by the great work of the great ancient scholars. In this chapter we are going to see the work of Pythagoras, Aristotle, Ptolemy, Aryabhatta and Copernicus, how they have contributed, which theories were given by them to prove the spherical shape of the earth. At first Pythagoras hypothesized the spherical shape of the earth. Later assumption based of the spherical shape of the earth made by Pythagoras, Copernicus, Eratosthenes, the father of the geography, has also calculated the correct circumference of the earth. Aristotle and Ptolemy was the geographer who has also accepted the spherical shape of the earth. Later, students, Ptolemy has given a separate theory which was called as geocentric. According, geo means earth, as you know. Geocentric, in this theory he has told that the center of the universe, whole universe, is earth, and the rest planets revolve around it. After Ptolemy it was Copernicus. Copernicus in 1543 has given one important theory and named the revolution of the heavenly bodies, in which he has actually given a theory which was called as heliocentric theory. Helio means sun. According to him, the center of the whole universe was sun. He also told that the rest planets revolve around the sun, and the earth has a spherical shape. It rotates on its axis from west to east. And later, after Copernicus, the many other peoples, like name of that person was Aryabhatta, who lived before the Copernicus. many years before the Copernicus, has also opined that the Earth has a spherical shape. Later, one very important people, the person is very famous. All of you know, I think so, might familiar with that person. It was Columbus. Was a person who has covered it. The Atlantic Ocean, and he reached up to America, and that Italian sailor was the first person who has also accepted the spherical shape of the Earth. Later, beyond any doubt, the spherical shape of the Earth was proved by Ferdinand. Ferdinand, you are familiar with the Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan was the person who proved it by the circumnavigation of the whole world. He crossed Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Indian Ocean, and finally reached up to the destination. And he ultimately proved that the Earth was spherical. Now, of late, at present time, we have many direct evidences. On the basis of that, we can prove that the Earth has a spherical shape. For example, from this space, we can take pictures, and we can say this, the Earth has a spherical shape. But in the ancient time, people have proved it through the indirect evidences. For example, many peoples actually said, if the Earth was flat, then definitely the sunset and sunrise would been happen at the same time. But it is not so. It's proved that the two places, different places on the Earth experience sunset and sunrise at the different times. Okay. Later, they have also given different evidences, like during lunar eclipse, the shadow of the Earth cast on the moon is circular. It proved that the Earth has a spherical shape. Now we can take another example, very live example. If you are standing in on the at the coast, waiting for the ship, when the ship will come towards you, first of all the uppermost part of the ship will visible, then later the lowermost part, and later at last eventually the entire ship will appear in front of you. It will also reveal that the Earth has a spherical shape. Now, although we have proved that up to this point, we have proved that the Earth has a spherical shape, but in reality our Earth is not a sphere, complete sphere, because Earth has, student, you also know that Earth has rotatory motion, and because of the rotation of the Earth with a tremendous speed, it is bulges near the equator, and it is flattened at the top. So the diameter, equatorial diameter is quite different, little bit different from the you can say that pole diameter. There is a slight difference between that. It is 21.5 kilometer difference between these two diameters. And that's why we can say that our Earth is not a complete sphere, it is a oblate spheroid, or you can say that is geoid shape. Earth has geoid shape. Geoid means geo means Earth like shape, bulges near the equator and flattened at the top. So up to here we have proved that, try to prove that with the help of the many evidences which were given by scholars, eminent scholars, and of late we have also direct evidences. On the basis of that, we can easily say that the Earth is has a spherical shape. But apart from all this, on the next chapter we are going to see the size of the Earth. What is the size of the Earth? Okay, amongst all the 8 planets, we are going to see in the next chapter. But today I want to repeat again the topics which I have already discussed. So students, we have seen the shape of the earth. And we have also seen that the many theories which were given by many humanity scholars like Aryabhat, Aristotle, Copernicus, then Aryabhatta, then ultimately all these theories were actually proved by uh, Ferdinand Magellan, who was a Portuguese sailor. And later we have also you know given one proof that how equatorial diameter of our earth is different from the polar diameter. That's why it is not a complete spheroid, but it is a oblate spheroid. Okay. It is called a geoid, uh, or earth like shape. Okay. In the next video lecture, students, we are going to see the size of the earth. Till then, stay safe at your home, don't go anywhere, and most important thing is that don't sit idle, because when our school will reopen, you have examinations. So that's why keep revising these topics. I will try to cover most of your syllabus of first semester. Okay, so till then, stay safe. Have a nice day.